Why are you here? Let me ask you something that might stop you in your tracks. Have you ever wondered why you were chosen for this particular battle? Not chosen in some whimsical cosmic lottery where life hands out participation trophies. No, I mean chosen in the rawest, most unfiltered way possible, the kind of choice that feels like chaos crashing into your world without warning or mercy. Think about it. Relationships with narcissists don't happen by accident. They aren't random encounters on the timeline of your existence. If you've been through one, or if you're still living through one, you didn't stumble into it because you were weak. You didn't cross paths with someone who only knows how to take because you failed at being strong enough, smart enough, or good enough. In fact, quite the opposite is true. You were placed there. Yes, placed. And today, we're going to explore exactly why. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why me? You might be asking yourself. Why did I have to endure the pain, the manipulation, the soul-crushing confusion? These are valid questions, ones that deserve answers far beyond the surface-level explanations people often throw around. But here's the thing. What if I told you there's a reason behind all of it, a truth so powerful, so life-altering, that once you hear it, you'll never look at your experience the same way again? This isn't just another self-help pep talk designed to make you feel better temporarily. This is deeper. This is about transformation. This is about understanding that every moment of heartbreak, betrayal, and emotional turmoil wasn't meant to destroy you, it was meant to awaken you, to rebuild you, to show you who you truly are beneath the layers of conditioning, fear, and self-doubt. So buckle up, because what you're about to discover will shock you. Not because it's outrageous or unbelievable, but because it cuts straight to the core of who you are and why you're here. By the time we're done, you won't just see your past differently, you'll start seeing your future clearly too, because the journey doesn't end when the relationship does. It begins. And let me assure you, this isn't coming from me, Shi Heng Yi, out of thin air. This comes from years of studying human behavior, psychology, and the patterns that repeat across generations. Patterns that dictate how we love, how we heal, and ultimately, how we break free from cycles that no longer serve us. So stay with me. Keep watching, because what you're about to learn has the power to change everything, not just for you, but for everyone whose lives you touch moving forward. The moment you stopped seeing yourself clearly. There's a moment in life, a fleeting, almost imperceptible shift that changes everything. Maybe you missed it. Maybe you brushed it off as insignificant at the time. But looking back, you realize it was the beginning of the unraveling. The moment when you slowly started forgetting who you are. It doesn't happen overnight. Oh no, it's much more subtle than that. At first, it's small compromises, putting others' needs ahead of your own, shrinking yourself to keep the peace, ignoring the whispers of your intuition because they felt inconvenient or uncomfortable. Over time, these tiny acts of self-abandonment add up. They chip away at your confidence, your boundaries, your sense of worth. Before you even realize it, you've handed over pieces of yourself, your voice, your power, your authenticity to fit into someone else's mold. You convince yourself it's fine, that you're being nice, that this is what love looks like. But deep down, you know better. Deep down, you feel the erosion happening. Bit by bit, you lose sight of who you are. And that's when they walk in. Narcissists don't choose their targets randomly. They don't pick people they can destroy simply for sport. No, they look for individuals who don't yet fully understand their own strength. People who haven't fully claimed their power. People like you. But let's clarify something important. This isn't about blaming yourself. Far from it. What makes you vulnerable to a narcissist isn't weakness, it's openness. It's generosity. It's your willingness to carry more than your fair share of emotional weight. These qualities are beautiful, admirable even. But when they're not balanced by self-respect, they become liabilities. And that's precisely what draws the narcissist in. They see you long before you see them. Not because you're broken, but because you're ripe for growth. You're standing at the edge of a profound awakening, though you may not realize it yet. And while the narcissist enters your life under the guise of love or admiration, their real role is far greater. They're here to mirror everything inside you that still needs healing. The narcissist's role in your story. The narcissist's presence in your life wasn't accidental. It wasn't cruel fate or bad luck. It was purposeful. Think of them as a storm, an unpredictable, chaotic force that disrupts the calm waters of your reality. On the surface, storms seem destructive. They uproot trees, flood streets, and leave devastation in their wake. But beneath the surface, storms also clear dead wood, nourish parched earth, and create space for new growth. That's what the narcissist does. They expose the cracks in your foundation, the cracks you've been ignoring for years. They shine a light on the parts of you that have been hiding in the shadows. The fear of abandonment, the belief that you're only valuable if you're needed, the discomfort with setting boundaries. All those wounds you buried under layers of "I'm fine" come rushing to the surface. At first, it feels unbearable. You think, why is this happening to me? But here's the twist, it's not happening to you. It's happening for you. Every lie they told, every manipulation they used, every gaslighting tactic they employed, it was all designed to push you to your breaking point. Because sometimes breaking is the only way to rebuild. And that's the key. The narcissist's role in your story wasn't to love you. It was to wake you up, to show you the areas of your life where you've been settling, to force you to confront the truths you've been avoiding, to teach you that you cannot pour from an empty cup and that filling your cup starts with loving yourself first. The pain was directional, not personal. When things fall apart, our first instinct is to ask, what did I do wrong? We treat pain like punishment, as if the universe is mad at us or we're fundamentally broken. But what if I told you that pain isn't personal? What if I told you that every single moment of heartbreak, betrayal, and confusion was less of a curse and more of a redirection? Because here's what we miss in the middle of the wreckage. When something or someone breaks you down to your knees, it's often because you've been standing in the wrong place for too long. The job you hate, the relationship that drains you, the patterns that wear you out, they become comfortable prisons. You settle. You make excuses. You say, it's not that bad. And the universe, life, God, whatever you believe in, looks at you and says, okay, I tried whispers. I tried signs. Now I've got to flip the whole damn table. That's what the pain was. It wasn't punishment. It was a pivot, especially when it comes to narcissistic relationships. You weren't placed in that dynamic because you were weak. You weren't targeted because you're broken. You were there because there was something inside of you that had to be revealed, something you were never going to find while living safe and small. The narcissist's presence in your life forced your shadow into the light. All the people-pleasing, the fear of being alone, the habit of overgiving, the silence you kept to avoid conflict, it all came to the surface. Why? Because it needed to be seen before it could be healed. Rebuilding yourself from power, not trauma. Once you've hit rock bottom, once you've faced the pain head-on and allowed yourself to sit in its discomfort, you begin the process of rebuilding. But here's the catch, you don't rebuild from trauma. You rebuild from power, from intention, from clarity. Healing isn't about going back to who you were before the chaos. It's about becoming someone entirely new. Someone who refuses to tolerate dysfunction. Someone who sets boundaries not out of anger, but out of self-respect. Someone who speaks up not to prove a point, but to honor their truth. Someone who chooses themselves not as a last resort, but as a non-negotiable. This is where the magic happens. When you go from asking, why don't they love me, to declaring, why did I ever think I had to earn love? You change the game. You stop attracting people who feed off your insecurities and start drawing in the ones who meet you at your healed level. You stop mistaking red flags for intensity and start recognizing that peace is not boring, it's powerful. Breaking the cycle for generations to come. Here's the final truth that will change your reality forever. You weren't born to be a victim. You were born to be a breaker, a chain breaker, a cycle disruptor, the one who stops generational trauma from continuing, the one who says, not with me, not anymore. And yes, it's unfair that this job landed on your shoulders. It's unfair that you had to experience betrayal, manipulation, gaslighting, and abandonment to realize your worth. But the truth is, you were chosen for this because you can handle it. You were placed in this dynamic not to lose yourself, but to find yourself. Not to suffer endlessly, but to become someone who refuses to settle for survival when they were made for more. When you reach that point when you stop waiting for apologies, stop hoping they'll change, and start reclaiming every part of yourself you once gave away out of fear, you step into your power. And that power is contagious. It ripples outward, affecting everyone around you. Your children, your friends, your community, they all benefit from the work you've done to heal yourself. Call to action, your next step toward freedom. If anything I've shared resonates with you, if you recognize parts of your story in what I've described, then I want you to do something right now. Pause for a second, take a deep breath, and ask yourself this question: what am I tolerating in my life that no longer serves me? Write it down, say it out loud, acknowledge it, because awareness is the first step toward change. Healing doesn't happen passively, it requires action, it demands courage, and I believe with every fiber of my being that you have both. If you're ready to dive deeper, leave a comment below sharing one thing you're committed to changing starting today. Whether it's setting a boundary, reclaiming your voice, or simply saying no to dysfunction, let's create a community of support right here. Share your thoughts, your struggles, your victories. Together we rise. And remember this, you are not alone. Thousands of people just like you are waking up to their truth, breaking free from toxic patterns and